Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Unlocking Love Challenge. I'm Tanya, and as always, I'm joined by the incredible Soleil. Today, we're diving into a topic that holds so much power when it comes to attracting genuine connections with man, the magic of authenticity in our feelings and statements.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to explore this topic with you. Authenticity truly is a magnet that draws meaningful connections into your life, especially with men. And today, Tanya and I are going to delve into why sharing our authentic feelings is essential for nurturing heart-to-heart connections. These practices empower you to connect deeply with your emotions and to communicate them with authenticity, paving the way for a profound connection with others.
Our first step is all about embracing feelings and cultivating emotional awareness. It's a reminder that our emotions are like messengers, offering insight into our inner world.
Yeah, so it's really important to listen to your feelings. Really. So developing this heart-to-heart connection is all about being able to feel. So because sometimes I feel that we don't want to feel. So being able to feel our feelings and then communicate our feelings and our emotions openly and genuinely without an attack on someone else, without an accusation or a blame, but owning our own feelings and our emotions. And knowing also that our emotions are beautiful, and it's beautiful to share our feelings and emotions. I sometimes feel like emotional has become a bad thing, but I know we know that being emotional is different than sort of splurging your emotions over everyone. So connecting to your emotions and sharing them in a very adult and honest and authentic way is so important, because if you embrace vulnerability in your communication, and if you share your thoughts and feelings and dreams openly, it's like extending an invitation to others to join you in your journey. Vulnerability becomes this bridge between you and others that creates profound connections.
That's right, Soleil. Men safe and resonate with our authentic feelings and statements. When we express ourselves genuinely, our vibration aligns with our words. It's like a harmonious melody that they can feel deep within.
Exactly.
And truly like resonate with that. Because no matter what script you have, if you're saying something, but your emotions and your body are saying something else, you don't connect with the man at all.
Yeah. You create this funny discordant vibration, I think. It just sends out this weird message to people, that, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm super, I'm great. And people, especially men, are not going to know exactly what is wrong, but they are going to feel that something is wrong, because as human beings, we have that sense. We've needed to develop that sense of vibrational awareness just to be safe in our environment. And so, when that happens, we can feel it, and we won't know exactly what's wrong. So, have you ever noticed that men can sense that right away, and they can't put their finger on it? That you can see, they might ask you what's going on, and you might say, "Oh, I'm fine." But that discrepancy between what we say and what we truly feel creates a sense of unease. And they pick up on that energetic dissonance.
Absolutely. When we say one thing, like you said, oh, we're just fine, but you're actually feeling something else, it can trigger their sense of insecurity, because deep inside they feel They can feel that it's not matching. So they might feel like they're walking on shaky ground, unsure of what's real and what's not real, because you're actually sending mixed messages to men. And that in turn makes them feel hesitant to open up or move closer in a relationship. Men are a lot more sensitive than we imagine.
Yeah, absolutely true. And if you really want to have this deep heart connection with a man, sharing your feelings authentically is the key. It's the only way you're actually going to connect on a deep level. Sometimes we think, if I'm intelligent and we connect on a mind level, really, no, you are going to make a connection, but it's going to be up here. It's not going to be that heart connection. So it's like opening this door to a space of trust and intimacy. And when we're transparent about how we feel, there's also something wonderful about that, because if we're always transparent about how we feel, there's always going to be this sense that they know, oh, I know that she's always honest about her feelings, so I can relax. And the men can sense that they're in the presence of something real and true. Right?
Yes, absolutely. And the beauty of this authenticity is that it fosters a sense of safety and comfort. And when a man feels that he's in the company of someone who's genuine and open, he's more likely to let his guard down and be himself. So it creates a space where both people can truly connect on a deeper level.
Yeah.
It creates space for the man to open up as well.
And sharing our authentic feelings creates this bridge, as I said before, of trust and rapport. And it's also saying, I trust you enough to show my true self. And in return, the man is more likely to reciprocate by sharing their true thoughts and emotions. And when a woman is in her feminine energy, she tends to be more open and expressive of her feelings. So all the work that we've done these last 3 days about getting into our feminine energy makes it that we're more connected to our feelings, and it's easier to express them. And this encourages a deeper emotional connection and understanding.
Yes, beautiful. So how do we go about this? First, we recognize and yeah, because we like to get down to the side of things as well. So now that we understood why we need to connect and express our feelings, so we create heart-to-heart connections, how do we go about this? Well, first we have to recognize and embrace our feelings. Be in touch with what's going on in us. Remember the body scan tool? I think it's only the third day that we're talking about this tool. I wonder how important it is to actually allow our bodies to feel our feelings. And it's time to practice it again. And this time, we're actually going to name the feeling. And our guide today will equip you with the tools to do just that. We have provided you with a list of emotion words to expand emotional vocabulary. Because sometimes we don't know, well, we kind of know what we're feeling, but we don't know how to express and how to find the exact word for that feeling. So to make this process easier for the ladies, we created this PDF with all of these feeling words so you can actually drop down into your body and look at the words, and then you go like, oh, so this is what I'm feeling. So these words allow you to describe your feelings with greater depth and precision. So we want you to experiment using them. And it's just like adding more colors to your emotional palette.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, there's these subtle differences between sad and despondent, for example. Despondent kind of has a little bit of to it as well, and sad. So you know, the more specific you can be, the more you are able to communicate, and the more someone else can understand actually how you're feeling and how you yourself are feeling. Because sometimes I know for myself, I'm just feeling and isn't really a very descriptive word, but you know, so to learn new feeling words, new emotion words is a really wonderful tool. And so I hope that you enjoy our guide that we've created for that, and I'm sure you can find more to add to your list. And the other thing we would love you to do and experiment with is this, taking time to make a conscious effort throughout the day to pause and recognize how you're feeling in various situations. Because sometimes we just zoom through our day and we haven't paused at all to check in with our feelings. So this, we've also created a guide that goes along with the feeling words, and we've called it the feeling check-in sheet. And this sheet has 3 questions. It has, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And what are you feeling? So set a reminder, and I would recommend for every 2 hours in the day, just to pause. Okay, what am I doing right now? Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm, you know, cooking dinner. What am I thinking about? Okay, well, I'm thinking about all the lists I have to do. Now, what are you actually feeling? And that's where you can pause and do our body scan. Do a quick one, doesn't have to take a long time, and just connect with those feelings, all right? And just note them down in a little sentence. It's just to bring more awareness into our daily lives. So this practice just helps you to, and encourages you to acknowledge your feelings in real time. So you don't get to the end of the day and then go, that you can maybe pick up if there's a moment in your day where you're feeling right away, when is it and what is it? And then you can actually let it flow through and not let it build throughout the day.
Oh, amazing. I love that practice. And you can actually become aware of your patterns, that can be used later on for you to take a look at and just see what the feelings just keep showing up. And then you can dive deeper and trying to understand why these feelings are showing up. Why are they still there, and allowing them to dissolve, and then you can work through them. I love that. Beautiful awareness exercise. And so now that we have a tool to recognize what we're feeling, it's time to convey our emotions honestly. And from now on, when you communicate, we want you to use a great tool called feeling statements. Saying, I feel excited instead of it's all good actually creates a clear channel of communication. So it's just a short example, but Soleil and I, because we love going deeper, we're going to show the ladies how this feeling statements tool is done. And it's so powerful. And we want you ladies to get it right. So can we do a little demonstration?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to guide Soleil through this. And we want you ladies to go through the process at the same time and just allow yourselves to feel the feelings. Now we're going to learn how to express them. So before we start, I just want you to check your shoulders. If they're up, I just want you to soften them and bring them down. Take a deep breath in. Now I want you to feel your feet firmly touching the ground. And I want you to drop all the energy that's in your head. Just feel it dropping all the way down your body. And I want you to see roots coming out of your feet and going all the way to the core of the earth. And let that energy that's dropping from your head just drop down your body, down your chest, down your legs, down your feet, all the way to those roots, all the way to the core of the earth. Now let Mother Earth do some beautiful magic to that energy and transform it into something useful and beautiful. And now I just want you to feel that energy going up, beautiful transformed energy, that light just going up those roots again, up your feet, up your chest. And now I just want you to move your body from side to side a little bit. I want you to feel that groundness, but I also want you to feel the flexibility because you're like a tree now. So you're grounded to the floor, but you're also flexible. And now I want you to open your eyes and turn to the side of the screen. And I want you to see your man in front of you. Feel his presence in the room. See what he's wearing. Feel his smell. Really feel his presence there in front of you. And now I want you to tell me, what is he doing?
He's there and he's smiling at me. Yeah, he's looking at me with affection and just smiling.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now I want you to drop into your body and I want you to tell me, how does it feel just to see him there, smiling, looking at you? How does it feel in your body?
It feels, I think I'm having a hard time with an emotional word, but it feels warm. Feels warm. It feels safe and comforting. Yeah, I feel relaxed and and safe.
Wow, that's excellent. So now he turns and says, how was your day, darling? And you say,
Well, I had a really good day. I woke up this morning and then I just did some chores and then I did a bit of artwork. I'm just about finished doing this art book that I've been creating. And then I had a great meeting with Tanya. It was really, really informative and I really enjoyed it and it was good. Yeah.
okay. Now to look at him, what is he doing now?
Well, he's listening, but he's not super engaged.
Oh,
Liking what I'm
okay, beautiful. I'll tell you why. Okay. Because that was a beautiful report. You just gave a beautiful, detailed report of your day. And that's what we're used to do. And that's okay, but that doesn't create the heart to heart connection that we were talking in the beginning. So we need to express by becoming poets. So that's why we created this feeling statements tool, because we're going to talk like poets and we're going to express how we feel. And those words that you used before, I feel warm, I feel relaxed. That's how I want you to talk to him. So we're going to do a little exercise again now, and I'm going to teach you how to use these feeling statements. Okay. So go back to your day and just tell me one moment of your day that made you feel really good.
I really felt good. I feel a sense of joy and accomplishment when I look at the book that I'm creating and see that it's almost done. I feel proud and happy and accomplished. I really feel good about it. I feel good about myself this is my second book, and that feels like a really great accomplishment. So yeah, I feel good when I do
Beautiful.
that.
Beautiful. So next time he asks you, how was your day? I want you to say, oh, I felt so joyful and proud and accomplished when I was working on my book today. That's it. Keep it short, keep it simple, and keep it with feelings in it. So you're going to use I feel, or it feels, or this feels, or it felt good to, it felt joyful to work on my book today. Okay. So turn to him again.
Okay.
So check your shoulders. If they're up, just bring them down. Beautiful. Feel those feet grounded on the floor. Beautiful. So he turns to you and he says, hey, darling, how was your day? And you say,
Oh, I felt so proud and joyous and happy today doing my art book. I feel so excited that I'm almost finished. And I feel so proud of myself that this is the second book I've created.
beautiful. Beautiful. What is he
But
doing now?
he
What
is,
is he doing now?
he, yeah, he's leaning forward a little bit more, like looking at me, like really looking at me.
Yeah. Yeah. I can feel a shift in your expression, in your facial expression, as you were sharing about your feelings. You became a lot more attractive, a lot more interesting, a lot more magnetic. And I bet he felt the same. So
Right.
this is the kind of creation, this kind of not creation, sorry, connection that we want to create with our man. And we do that by sharing our feelings through these feeling statements. And that's how we become poets and we talk straight to their hearts.
Isn't that amazing? Because I feel, no, it almost feels a bit awkward. Like, to be honest, when like, instead of, when he asks me, how's my day? My first impulse is say, oh, and then just to say the things I did. But to start with, oh, I'm feeling really excited about this. It feels awkward. Like I feel myself kind of almost feeling a little embarrassed. And so I know from the work that we've done together, because we've been doing this a little while, that it actually takes some practice, doesn't it? Yeah. And this is one of
Yeah,
the
yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I feel awkward, and I want to ask all the ladies here to try, because this truly works. Okay, we believe that this is something silly. Oh my God, I'm gonna tell my man how I feel. He's gonna think it's stupid. No, he won't, because you see closer he'll come to you. It's like, it's so magical, it's so beautiful, but you have to do it. We're in our heads, in our masculine energy, just reporting, thinking that we need to just pour all this information over the man. So we create this connection when that's working against us. So please, I beg all the ladies, and I've done this myself, and Soleil has as well. So please put this tool into practice and see it for yourself, because it really works. Get out of your head. Okay, drop into your body, drop into your feminine energy, and try this tool because it works.
you know, we can
And
always offer practice, like practice wherever you are. You know, when somebody asks you how you are, you know, like, you know, sometimes you go to buy a coffee and the person says, how are you? Instead of saying I'm fine or I'm good, say I'm feeling amazing today. The sun is shining. So just that little change, like, you know, taking that moment to pause so that it's authentic. You're not just saying I feel amazing. Like, oh, okay, how do I feel? Well, I'm feeling a little sleepy, So that's why I'm here to buy a coffee. So practice with all the people in your life, not just your
Yeah.
man, because you're actually going to be surprised how much this also helps with, I feel really that it has changed my whole relationship with every member of my family as well. Just just a simple tool of really expressing your genuine feelings. And so that kind of brings me to this next part, is that if you struggle to identify your emotions and feelings, remember that our body can be a really helpful guide. So you can always start with just the physical sensations, because those are right there. So you can start feeling tension, warmth, cold, discomfort. Those are relaxation. Those are physical sensations you can connect to if you're having a hard time like getting directly to your emotions. And with practice, you're going to start developing a much deeper sensitivity to your emotions. So if you can't immediately get to how you're feeling emotionally, you can immediately go to how you're feeling physically. And that's a wonderful bridge to start with too, isn't it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And here's a crucial point. Please, ladies, be kind to yourselves throughout this journey. If certain emotions feel hard to access, just show yourself compassion. Just tap yourself on your heart. How human of me to feel angry right now. How human of me to feel disappointed. Just allow that emotion to flow through you and just love it. Just recognize it. Just acknowledge it. Just thank it for being there, trying to protect you. And, we do understand it's not easy to go inside. Not many people are willing to go there. But once you go through this journey, it's so rewarding. So, and it takes time, emotional rediscovery takes time. And it's okay to acknowledge any numbness or challenges you encounter. You are here on a path of growth.
Absolutely. It is a journey. It is absolutely a journey, and it can take days, months, weeks, years, and it's any pace that you go at is the right pace for you. So just always be kind. Kindness to yourself is so important. And it's not just about the words. It's about the energy behind them and the authenticity. Because when you speak your feelings authentically, your words resonate with your emotional frequency. And this resonance creates a sense of safety and connection with men and with everyone in your life. They feel safe because they can feel the truth. They feel the truth of what you're saying. So yeah, it's an
Absolutely.
amazing,
Um,
amazing tool.
Absolutely. And we're here talking about feminine energy, and we're doing a lot of these tools to connect with your man. But at the end of the day, we're actually wanting everyone to use these tools as a lifestyle. We want women to embrace this feminine energy as a new way of being. Because once you see the shift that will happen in your life, you will want to use these tools. So we get it that in the beginning, you're going to have to push a little bit and like make yourself use the tools. You are going to feel uncomfortable. There are going to be voices in your head. They're going to be fighting and like asking why you're doing this. And we just want you to listen to the voices, but not give them any attention and just try the tools out. Because the more you do them, the more results you will see, and you will just want to use the tools. Like now, I remember in the beginning when I started using feeling statements, I was like, I felt so, it was so robotic to me, like when someone said, "How was your day?" I was like, I feel, and then I try to search for the feeling. And now I just love saying that because I understand when I say, "Oh, I feel so happy today. Oh, I feel cold. Oh, I feel excited." It just, I know the connection that I'm going to create. And it's just now my new way of being. And I love being this way because I create more conversation with people. So this is where we want you to get, we want the ladies to get to this stage as well. And so with the feeling PDF that the check-in sheet, feeling check-in sheet, we want you to use that as a reflection tool. So at the end of the day, just take a moment, look at the sheet, and notice any patterns or recurring emotions. And just allow yourself to fully experience and release the emotions that surfaced, whether they're uplifting or challenging. Remember, we're not judging any of the emotions here. We are allowing ourselves to experiment. We're getting curious. We're using the sheets and the tools to understand what's happening. So it's all a beautiful experiment.
Yeah, and as you continue to explore your emotional expressions, you can create this environment that supports an open and honest sharing of feelings. And you nurture your relationships where vulnerability is valued. And you can express your emotions without fear of rejection or judgment.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm curious, Soleil. And I would like to ask you if you would like to share your stories or your experience with this tool and how you struggled or
Yeah. Well, for so many years, I just always felt like I had to say that I was fine, like I'm fine. And part of me is fine. And I don't know, but there seemed to be, I had such a fear of expressing my actual feelings that then I just tried not even to feel my actual feelings. And I just was really busy all the time. I had everything together, I had everything organized, but I didn't, I sort of had this, just general numbness. So when I first started to do these feeling statements, I felt, well, I started to judge myself because, someone would say, well, so how are you feeling? And I'd be like, I haven't, and then I would judge myself because I was like, well, how can I, and then I'd feel embarrassed. So I'd actually make up a feeling. And, so this is where we need to be kind to ourselves. If all you feel is just this numbness and you can't really feel anything, that's okay. Just acknowledge that and feel that numbness, feel that kind of emptiness or that nothingness, that void. And once you start to feel that void, then you maybe see, oh, actually in that void, there's a little bit of fear underneath it. Okay, well, I'll just feel that fear. Well, there's some shame, there's some guilt, there's some embarrassment, and just feel all those things and be kind to yourself. Be okay with that. Be okay with that's just how I'm feeling right now. And it just feels so magical now that I can feel my feelings. And I have to say, still, like if something happens, like an event happens, that maybe has some strong feelings, I quite often still takes me a couple hours. I won't feel them right away. So I might have a situation and then, I know myself well enough that I just takes me a little bit of time. And then, a couple hours later, I'll be like, oh, that made me really angry. Wow, I feel super angry about that. And that's okay. That's good. I know that it's going to take me, I'm not going to be able to feel it right away because that's just my pattern. But now I'm actually allowing myself to feel that anger and say, okay, yeah, I feel really angry about that. And maybe it's 2 hours later, but that's okay. I'm going to feel it now. And so, and then I try and express that and in learning to express. But the first part has been learning to really feel it. So remember that throughout this process, just compassion and patience, and it's the journey. And celebrate when you just have one little step Celebrate that. Embrace your growth and self-discovery that comes along with, because you start to learn stuff about yourself that you didn't even know. It's wonderful when you start to connect to your feelings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just want to add something. Sometimes I can't really name the feeling. I just say I'm very emotional right now. I just say emotional. I feel that way. I put it out that I'm having feelings. Sometimes I can't say, oh, I feel angry. I'm just saying I'm emotional. I'm feeling very emotional right now. Because men don't like drama queens. Those are the women that are going everywhere and pointing at the guy and accusing and wanting to control, but they love emotional women. So women who are actually saying, you know what, I feel angry, I feel emotional, I feel sad, I feel disappointed, I feel happy, I feel excited. That's being emotional. And men love that. So just wanted to add that. And so just to wrap up the day, there you have it, beautiful souls. Authenticity is truly a powerful force in attracting heart-to-heart connections with men. By being true to ourselves, expressing our feelings honestly, and aligning our words with our emotions, we create a space of trust and resonance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful space that we create. So thank you so much for joining us on this insightful day of the Unlocking Love Challenge. And remember, when you embrace your authenticity, you're opening the door to heartfelt connections that are both genuine and profound. And as you embrace and release your emotions, you're making space for deeper connections and more authentic connections. And we're so excited to continue this journey with you tomorrow, where we're going to talk about making space. So until next time, remember to feel your feelings, enjoy them, and communicate them. Connect from your heart to the heart of the others.
Absolutely. And keep sharing with us how you're feeling throughout this challenge. We would love to celebrate your feelings. Be as poetic as you would like to be, and just keep shining your authentic light. And until next time, let your feelings be your guide. Thank you, Soleil.